Hello, welcome to another syntax class. Today we're going to start lesson 11, English aspect. English speakers do not think or do not know that they actually convey aspect when they speak. They have no idea. They think that they have tenses only, but not aspect. This is super interesting, sociologically speaking, sociolinguistically speaking. All right, let's look at your manual. Yes, this is page 35 in your manual and it's lesson 11, English aspect. It says the English auxiliary. In English, as in Spanish, the auxiliary is the vehicle of the tense system. So tense then, okay? We have seen, remember, auxiliaries in English, do, does, will, would, etc. Okay, the vehicle of the tense system. We have seen that the auxiliary of Spanish carries a primary modification of aspect tense and a series of three secondary modifications. Clear with that, okay? Remember, is perfective or imperfective. Those are the two primary modifications in Spanish. And then we have explicit subsequence, duration, duration, and relevant anteriority. Three secondary ones. English, on the other hand, does not have any aspect distinctions. Okay, this is super tricky. They do have aspect, okay? But the manual says that they don't have any aspect distinctions overtly, morphologically. They don't, okay? Rather, its tense system is based upon the fundamental dichotomy between past and non-past. Same as Spanish. English verbs have three modifications plus combinations. Two similar modifications to Spanish are subsequence and relevant anteriority. So if we know the Spanish version, we know the English version already. Super easy. Let's look at the chart and see what is new and what is different. Currency. This is a new term. The sun was burning brightly through the window as he was getting up. Okay? So was burning is underlined. Was burning is past continuous. It's a continuous form. What does it mean? It means that currency is the Spanish duration thing. Okay? It has another name. It's currency. Why? Because things are currently happening as we speak. Yes? That's why it is called currency. Relevant anteriority, remember, is haber in Spanish and in English. After he had left, she called Sue. After he had left is the same, is the perfect form. Subsequence, explicit subsequence. She knew that no matter when he would leave, she'd cry. He would leave, conditional tense. Remember, explicit subsequence covers two in Spanish, conditional and future form. Very good. Then we have the three combos, the three combinations. Here we have relevant anteriority and currency. After they had been working, had been working. Had is relevant anteriority, working is currency. Then we have subsequence and relevant anteriority. He had left. She said that after he'd left, she would cry. Okay, so this part, she would cry, is the subsequence part. Why? Because it's the conditional form. What happened? Oh, I know what happened. Sorry. Underlining is S. Okay. And then subsequence, relevant anteriority, and currency together. Had been speaking. This is subsequence. Speaking is currency or duration. And for he would be tired is the subsequence form. Okay, there. There it is. So, as you can see, we have covered this in Spanish. If we know the Spanish version, we will know the English version, or it's even easier in English, I think. Okay, why is subsequence in the chart in parentheses? Why? Because it's not part of the phrase that I was reading. It is a combination. It is present there, but it's not part of the had left thing in this example. We need more words. And here had been speaking. Notice how both both modifications are together. The subsequence, no, the relevant anteriority and the continuous form, the currency form, and separated in a different place, we have the subsequence. The subsequence is the one in parentheses. That's why it is in parentheses, because it is not part of the others, but they work together. That's the answer to the question. What does it say? What else? The secondary English modification, which is similar to the Spanish modification of explicit duration, is that of currency. That's the only new thing today. The currency modification resembles either the past imperfective or the past imperfective with explicit or limited duration. Remember, estaba hablando contigo, o estaba hablando contigo por más de 3 horas. Por más de 3 horas will be the explicit thingy. Okay? It carries information being currently in the middle of something. The other secondary modifications of English are best shown through translation equivalence with English itself. So it's the same. He cantado, I have sung. Yes? So it's identical to Spanish. Practice exercise. Correct the sentences. Again, you have an error correction exercise. Again, okay. I had to work late on Friday, so my mother would pick Sue from school. So my mother picked Sue from school. Would pick shows aspect, habitual situation in the past, repetitive habitual situation in the past. Okay, that's the aspect of would pick. Okay? So that's the answer. Okay, so for as a task, I would like you to do the correction thingies. That's correcting. Why do we do this? You know, teachers do this. Yes, we need to be very good at spotting mistakes, spotting them. Where is the mistake? And then being very good at correcting them as well. So this is super important for language teachers. Exercise number 2, and I'll show you this, only these. Where necessary, suggest a correction for these sentences. So some of them are correct, some others are not. I think I saw her go out, so she mightn't be home. This is correct, so I need to put a tick next to it. And I will now, like this. Second one, it mightn't be true. There must be some mistake. Okay, so this one might not be true. It might not be true. That is correct too. It mightn't be true. There must be some mistake. Unless you have something different in your manual, because this is the answer key. Okay. That's why it is in red. And number 3, it's snowing heavily in Scotland, so it can take you a long time to get there. Okay, that will be the corrected versions. These 3 are corrected versions. Okay, I'm not supposed to show you all the answers. Okay, and then you have just practice quiz for the quiz, right? Regarding quiz number 2, we need to talk about that. You will get, it's only 3 parts: grammar, English patterns, and Spanish patterns. Only that. Grammar and the patterns have theoretical aspects, so theory will be task number 1. Task number 2 will be classify the sentences into English patterns and classify the sentences into Spanish patterns. You can use your manual, you can use the textbook, internet, everything. What I don't want you is to compare your answer with your classmates because that's super unethical. Yes. You will not be teaching with your classmate next to you. You will be alone teaching. So you need to know by yourself, not with the help of others. All right. If you have questions, please let me know. Write to me because I will be more than glad in answering them. Right? Goodbye. See you. Bye bye.